Hi guys, I just woke up from a nap, clearly, and I forgot to fix my hair. What do you know? Wow, look at that. So I brought the cards that we had with us when we left, when I left to my doctor's appointment just now. It went good. And it looks like I followed the rules to avoid the consequences. Look at me go. That was funny. Because remember, before I left, it was in the reverse. It was like warning us. Like, you better act right. Maybe it's the one that, maybe we already have our little sugar daddy already. And we don't need to, mess with things that are less than. And when we choose to do right, you know, that just puts us in the karmic in the reverse. It just makes us a better person. You know, we're all pretty dang good around here being bad. Because we're bad to the bone, dude. But, pleasure. And it's temporary. I feel like we need to be closer. I feel like we're really far away. I feel like I have to yell at you or be close to your face. We don't have our normal setup here. That's okay. We'll be fine. Okay. So, let's see here. That's better. Okay. So let's see what we're working with here. Tired. I go to bed actually on time, and what do you know? Because I do better when I'm actually with a ring on it. I kind of do better that way. So I have a more organized schedule. Like, you go to bed on time when you're like at a family setting and you cook food and things like that. You make sure that people are, you're just a good mom and stuff. Hangman in the reverse. You know, we already know what to do to get ourselves out of the situation that we're in, always. And that's what I was actually trying to mention earlier, but not in the last read, but maybe like 1 or 2 reads ago. And who knows, I might have even deleted it, but it was there. And we already know actually what to do to get ourselves out of the situations that we're in. At the end of the day, you know, it's interesting how we notice other people crying for help or saying that they want change, but then they don't take the help that we offer. But how are we doing that in the same ways, just in different situations, different subjects? In the end, we're all actually kind of doing it. I do think that everybody has the potential. There's always an outlet that we can take that's positive if we pay attention or if we try, if we're willing. Now, I did talk about this in a previous read, that there's 3 reasons why people don't overcome obstacles. And it's either a skill, a will, or a hill. So they need to be taught. They don't want to do it if it's a will thing. Are they willing to try? And if it's a hill, there could be a barrier or an obstacle that they're struggling with, you know, such as, you know, a mental health or an addiction or even a medical situation. It could be a relationship, you know, maybe they don't have the finances. So just really like breaking things down, and we were talking about everything just being building blocks and how nothing, we just need to stop paying attention to like the surface issue and break everything down, you know, to our core unit to figure out what the real answers are. You being bound in the reverse. These are such different cards versus when we were at the house. These came out in a completely different way. We never, we threw them all out on the table and I grabbed all the same ones, and these are literally coming out in the opposite. Just from one act of me choosing to come over here and do the right thing. And we already know the other options that I could be taking. And that's just really what we got to think about at the end of the day. What is really like, what is prosperity? Is prosperity, really wealth or whatever it is that we're seeking? Sometimes we literally have to make like a lot more sacrifices than even we think we already have. And not really just be like looking at everything like we're out here to gain the most. Sometimes, we gain the most by just being simple. And when we're simple, we get to enjoy more. Because we're not running around like a chicken with our head cut off trying to frickin' do all these things and putting too much on our plate. And we're just using basic common sense tactics and self-respect. And we're navigating our way through the world easily instead of stressfully because we're not questioning our intuition. We're not doubting whether or not we're worthy of respect. And when we respect ourselves, then we respect other people. And we know first and foremost that if other people are disrespecting us and it continues and nothing's changing, then you're not respecting yourself. There's always like two ways that things are going on, and we always have an outlet. Honestly, it's very difficult to work with most people. Many of us couldn't get along with our parents or our brothers or our sisters, so it's really no surprise that it's difficult to get along with a lot of our lovers or coworkers or, friends. It's very rare, honestly, that we find people that we do trust. And you have the trust card in the reverse, so even though you're being released from things that you were being bound by, which were more than likely the people that you don't trust, could have been a person, could have been your ex, could have been mindset. A mindset in your youth is a very strong binding. It's all that you know. It's your core foundation. That's something that some of you guys might be learning right now about your partner. Some of you guys are younger. You're in your 20s, I'm hearing. Some of you guys could be in your 30s too and figuring this out, but I was definitely in my 20s when I was dating people that I saw potential in, but realized grew up very differently than I did. And it takes a while for it to kick in and make before we realize. It's very difficult it's not only just difficult to change somebody's mindset, especially when they were actually raised this way specifically by their parents, to believe that this is the best way to do things. And some of them trust that. And it's fine. For all we know, that's the right way to do it. We really don't have any right to tell people that it's wrong. That's just us saying that our way is right. But and that's what you'll start to realize. You'll realize all three of those things when you guys break that down. You might be angry at somebody for not being able to deliver or be the person that you wanted them to be. But you don't know that that's the way that they needed to be. Maybe you guys were, you don't really even know if you guys were ever supposed to meet, if it was by accident, if it was by fate, destiny, you do know, actually. You can break it down. You can tell yourself right now if you were on drugs, if you were in the darkness, if you were doing things you weren't supposed to be, if you were breaking any rules, if you were sneaking around, if you had to lie to be with this person in any way, and you obviously end up getting, I know I did, I lied every fucking time I was with James. I fucking was using every fucking time I got in any trouble. I was either drinking or using, and I snuck around to be with I should have never been doing any of the fucking things that I was doing. I was a fucking kid when I had Skylar. I was in high school, dude. And Tori was living at the house. There's no fucking, I would not fucking have my daughter's boyfriends. No way, dude. There's a lot of shit that shouldn't have been fucking happening. No, you guys need to break it back down, and you just need to be accountable for the different things that did go on, and just know that this person, has their own things that they need to do that as well. But neither one of the people involved, honestly, have the right to really say that either one of them is the right or the wrong. And it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It only really matters that you have empathy and understanding, and you have peace and patience, because being angry and being controlling and being upset about how somebody's not is a personal issue, and it's a waste of time. If you can honestly talk so much crap about how crappy this person is, seems like they're going through a real hard time, and maybe they could use a little bit of support, kindness, love. And it doesn't make them, in my eyes, look bad when I hear that somebody's struggling from another mouth in a negative way. It makes me feel bad for the person struggling, because I've been there. But I've also been the person that's talked shit. And that, will maybe happen to some of you, maybe it won't. But for those of you it has, it's a game changer. It changes you. It humbles you. I'm honestly grateful for everything, because I wouldn't be able to connect with the people that I do today. And it's interesting to me because I was against criminals, and I was against drug addicts, and I was against anybody that was CPS, anything that basically I became. I swore up and down, that I would never do all the things that I did, and I did it more than I ever thought I would do. And then when I got to the point when I knew it was a big problem, I couldn't stop. Every strategy and everything that I said I was going to do, I didn't do, for one. And then when it came down to me getting into big trouble, I tried everything but doing what they were telling me I needed to do. I tried for a really long time, for probably years, to honestly get around the system. I would do the classes, and I would do the treatments, and I would do whatever, but I would just get back out and get back into trouble again. You need to provide quality. You need to know that if you're not providing quality in any area of your life, that is what you will get back in return. If you're somebody who manipulates and lies, and anything that you are, you will have around you, so be aware of that. There is no secret when it comes to, really, honestly, dude, it's crazy how, once you figure out, dude, that there's no such thing as other people being responsible for anything going on around you, dude. You are manifesting anybody into your life because of a trait that you carry. Something that is unresolved, something that you have in common, and it doesn't matter if you don't like this person. There's something about this person that you're connecting with. You guys match energy in some way, and that's what matters. You guys need to stop worrying about what the fuck you don't like. And you need to be focusing on what it is about the two of those things that aren't alike. That's your ego actually preventing you from being able to overcome what you claim is stressing you out. And then we use our ego. And it does say you will overcome this. Stand your ground with yourself. It's with ourself, guys. You know damn well you shouldn't be hitting that person up that you fucking miss, that doesn't treat you well. We know damn well we should fucking go to bed, and that we can be on time for work, and that we do technically have the means to go visit people. You need to nourish yourself, and with healthy things. You can't be so hard on yourself. And I already know that I am too. I don't really use a lot of my, I work my body really hard, and my mind too. And when you guys are stressing out and you're thinking too much, it's really hard on your body and your mind and your soul and your heart. And when you are not allowing your heart to stay safe, when you're not keeping your heart safe, when it's giving you these feelings of, hey, this person's, you can't even like deny things that you've seen. Like some of you guys' partners cheating and shit right here, and you know this, and you guys have had arguments, and they may not be, I don't know, I just feel like you guys are going through a real hard time, and something similar to kind of like what 20-year-olds go through. Some of you guys are in your 20s, and you're having a little bit of a rough time right now, and I've been there. Those ones were the worst relationships for sure. It was hard. Edward and James were pretty rough. So that's what I think you guys are dealing with, is just somebody that's just fucking very mysterious, and they're not paying attention to you. And when you're talking to them, you're not getting much response, if any. Now I hear that for some of you, your persons, like you guys would normally in the past be like, this person's just disappearing for days on end, like, and they're just being really rude and really just, they're just obviously dicking around and doing shit they should. They're definitely with another person. I do want to tell you that this is the second time that I've been feeling that tonight, and I wasn't planning on even bringing that up, and I am sorry to have to say that, like, but that's what they do every time. And I'm not talking just one girl or boy. If you're having an issue like this, you're gonna, dude. I don't know if you guys want to know, if I can show you how to fucking catch the little fuckers. We can do a whole video on it. It was horrifying. I mean, it was whatever. You gotta handle your shit, though. I mean, don't. Catching somebody, you gotta be really aware of what you're gonna find. Just know that. But, we can do a class on it, because it is fair to know. It was really frustrating to feel like something's going on, man, and you're talking to the only other person involved in getting a fucking wall. It's the worst feeling, actually. It's pretty fucking rough. And I want you to know that regardless of whatever you choose to do, don't allow, there's only two choices. You just straight don't fucking care what the fuck they're doing and you kick them out, or you figure out exactly what the fuck they're doing and then you kick them out. But there's no staying, because you're a smart person already. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself. Your brain, your heart, your soul, it's just better than that. So you can choose to like remain on a low level. You can remain feeling like poop. You can stay in the middle of this memory every day for the moments forward. It's just sickening, honestly. You feel sick actually to your chest and stomach, like in your esophagus. Like I feel like a sickness when I think about whatever you know about this person. And it doesn't have to be love exactly, but it is encouraging a new dawn to move forward. You're a beautiful peacock, and peacock is a message from the divine specifically. Peacock is it stands for the divine, and see elephants here, and I just feel like there's a lot of third eye action, and see dream catchers and double vision. I don't know what I just heard that. See that. Some of you guys like to go hunting. Some of you guys like animal horns. Snakes. Some of you guys' birthday's on the 3rd or in March. Some of your guys' person and you have been together for 3 years. But it's turned down. It's been turned down. It's time for you to move forward. It's a new dawn. This person, it says, I feel like this is saying, I don't think it's time for you to receive pleasure at this time, like, because if you're actually hurting over somebody that you're breaking up with, it hurts. It's not a damn joke. And the last thing that you need is to get out there and honestly be receiving pleasure, because you need to heal. You need to get involved in support groups and things that are positive and healthy. And I know that you guys see two sides to me constantly. It's like, what is Terry gonna do? But when I'm focused on the right things, I'm doing family stuff. You know, the kids are in sports, and we pay for private leagues, and I decorate for the holidays, and I cook, and I bake, and it's a whole different vibe. And then there's business, fucking, I'm an asshole, Tara, and literally, you know, it's just, what are you going to be? Are you going to be your own karmic? Are you going to be less than? Or are you going to be in the reverse? You know, what are you going to make it? To be honest, I don't think that any of you guys need a sugar daddy. I think that you guys are your own biggest sugar daddy of all. I think that you guys just do things because you can. Just to try to fucking feed your ego. If you're like me, you can, like, I apply for jobs just to see if they'll say yes, and I don't even fucking call them back. We definitely need to follow the rules. I do feel like we had a clear message that if we don't, we heard the message at least, and that's what. Okay, so the universe's work is saying you get your first warning is going to be your intuition, that you're getting a feeling this is wrong. When you don't listen to that, you'll get a second warning, and it'll be somebody literally in the it's going to be a verbal warning from another person outside of yourself that's going to bring whatever you already thought of to your attention and say, hey, what's going on here? You seem like you're acting different. Is everything okay? That's your second warning. Awkward. You already yourself know that you're being bad, right? So if somebody comes out to you and is like, bro, what's going on with you? It just seems like you're acting a little bit out of your norm. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but the point blank here is that you're being noticed. And then, like, when you don't pay attention to that warning, that would be your second warning. The third warning is going to be your tower moment. It's going to get physical after that point. Like, the universe is not fucking messing around. Like, you do. And sometimes we get more than 3 warnings. Many times we actually get more than, we probably get 300. The universe is very patient. Because you know why? It's not just, you know what's waiting for you? It's not the universe. It's karma. And karma and you have a whole different establishment going on, dude. Karma knows what your biggest and most important dreams are. Ever. It knows what you want the most in the whole world. So, it will wait for that thing. Some of you guys are almost there, and some of you guys are years away. Karma is a collector, and it is very patient. It does not worry about how much time it has to wait before you get where you need to be. There's plenty of people that it can be focusing on. I didn't really know that. I thought it probably would happen really, maybe the first 6 to 12 months after I got better, right? Actually, for years and years and years. Before I understood any of this, I was pretty offended that bad things kept happening to me. How is this happening to me? A lot of us have that attitude. We think that just because we spend even a week doing the right thing, we deserve credit and respect. Trust. A lot of things. And I was told by many people that it wasn't coming. That it wouldn't, and it didn't come. It didn't come sometimes for more than 2 years after I got clean and better. It was very frustrating. But I guess maybe I wasn't focusing on the right thing. Why was I even working towards what they thought? I should have been doing it in general just because I was enjoying it. I should have been trying to well, I couldn't have, should have been doing nothing. Sometimes we don't really know exactly what we want or who we are or what we should do. And we're also very young when most of us start partying and having kids and having sex. And if we just even Google the ages that we all were when we started doing anything, Google that age. I was 14 when I... How old were you when you started drinking? How old were you when you started fucking? How old were you when you dropped out of school? When you did this? I want you to literally Google the age that you were and how your brain could have handled that particular situation. I got pregnant when I was this age. How would a 22-year-old or whatever be able to be a good parent? I want you to actually see what your body and mind would have been capable of with your circumstances. You need to be honest and say, I was using this, or I grew up in a dysfunctional home. I had a wonderful parents. Some of you guys had great parents, and you still found yourself, dating people that you were not successful with, and you wonder why. What is going on there? Like, anything that you don't know what the answer is, I want you to Google that question and break it down. There's a lot of information on there, and it helps. And it's just a place where you can go that you don't have to tell people what is going on with you and how you feel. It's private, and it's helpful. It's really helpful. Let go of a fixed plan in the reverse. You're still hanging on very strongly. Your eternal self is lighting up, and you are becoming more aware. You truly are actually, I do feel like connecting with your higher power more and more each day, and I'm really proud of you. I know how it feels to transfer over from making our lover our higher power. I'm pretty sure that's who I made my higher power for the most time. I just always knew, I thought the husband would be the higher power. My mom didn't do anything wrong regarding our religion. She was actually amazing with it. She said she just wanted us to believe in God, and that was it, and let us pick whatever else we wanted on our own when we were big enough to know what we wanted. She was very sweet. She's a cool kid. She's a cool kid. The path in the reverse, you're taking a new path. You need to stop for a second though, because it's telling you to listen to your intuition and to hang on a second and to breathe. And it's also asking you what your heart wants. You're moving in a direction where y'all need to be careful. Hangman in the reverse, what's going on? Shadow work in the reverse, be careful. You got two sides probably just like me. And more than likely, when you guys use or party, you're going down this way. And when you guys are sober, you're like, what's for dinner? Is everybody going? Did you brush your teeth? Love you. Say your prayers. And you're toast. You're going to bed too. Crossroad. See you at the crossroad. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to, and you're amazing. Geminis, man. I don't know, I got that. I'm feeling you guys are like, feeling some Gemini energy right now, so I love y'all. Gemini, I just want you to know that you're special and you're really important. And I want you to know that you're actually very intelligent. Gemini's kind of got the fucked in of the air sign shit, because they're very close to Cancer. We're so emotional. And Gemini has a lot of that emotion in them. They're actually truly, they do have a big heart. Versus a lot of Libra and especially Aquarius. Oh my gosh, Aquarius are nearly impossible. You have to be like the perfect person for an Aquarius to even give a fuck about. And they're also players and liars, and there's a lot of shit. The men anyway. I don't know about the women. I'll check you out, baby. But Gemini literally does have two different sides to their personality. And it's like, it takes them a long time to come around. They're also very picky about who they want. I know Gemini. And Geminis are good people. So just know that, just stay positive and know that people out there actually admire you. And they think that you're great. And there's probably somebody that hurt you. They hurt you and they broke your heart. And I just hope that this year you can shine that light and love again on, for any air signs that are out there going through it. Don't let this person or these people, there's probably 2 or 3 people that really kind of hurt your feelings, turned you down maybe. You lost them. You're not very good at losing things. You don't like that. Air signs do not like to lose. You guys are literally, you're freaking intelligent. You're very intelligent. You run on organization and strategy, so to get turned down and lose, that wasn't part of the plan. What the fuck? Don't let it break you down. You need to stop being so freaking controlling and rigid, and you need to stop. And this is for you. Let go of a fixed plan yourself. You can't expect everybody around you to fucking change and adapt to what you want and think that what you can't also say that they can do whatever they want either and expect people to go with that either. You need to just be open-minded and go with the flow, and maybe just let this person choose this day and this person choose this day, and you guys can share the choosings and just both be yourselves and enjoy twice as much. It doesn't have to be one way or the other, Geminis do need to get out there, and you guys need to go hang out with friends and enjoy some stuff this year. I feel like Geminis are feeling awkward. Well, air signs in general. Well, Gemini, just get out there and have some fun. Nourish yourself. Swim. Jump in the lake. Go canoeing. Paddleboarding. Whatever it is that you want. But I love you. Sweet dreams. I love you, sleepy fish. I love you, Ruben. I love you, Ron. I love you, by flames. I love you, TK Kid. I love you, Melody. I love you, all of my new subscribers. I'll remember your name soon. Bye.